Okay, the meeting of the Ascension Parish Zoning Commission, July 10th, 2013, will now come to order. Madam Secretary, please note that Mr. Maury Bishop is absent and all other commissioners are present. Item 3, acceptance of the minutes of the June 12th, 2013 zoning meeting. What's your pleasure?
So moved.
Mr. Nizo moves approval.
Second.
Second by Mr. Callender. Any objections? The minutes stand approved. Item number 4 is acceptance of the minutes of the June 12th, 2013 joint planning and zoning meeting.
Move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Chafisi for approval.
Second.
Second by Mr. Callender, and I would hope that after being approved once, it would be approved again. Any objection? These minutes stand approved.
That would be the
Item number 5, chairman comments. The chairman has no comments here. Item number 6, a public hearing to consider the conditional use for the telecommunications tower, zoning review ID 2330.13. This is a telecommunication tower right off of Airline Highway in Prairieville. Would you identify yourself, please, sir?
Yes, sir. My name's Andy Rotenstrike. I'm here on behalf of Towercom and also AT&T Wireless. This lot, or property, is owned by a company called Lot B2B2. It's a 3.6-acre piece of property. There's already a shopping center plaza, South Point Shopping Plaza, on this property. It's mixed use. We are proposing a 140-foot monopole tower. And a monopole is the strict pole design. It's not the big fat lattice tower. It's not the ones with the guide wires. It's the straight pole design. This site is needed by AT&T to help address some capacity issues in this area. Obviously, we're along a major route with Airport Highway, over on Old Perkins Road and Old Jefferson Highway. The existing sites in the area that AT&T has have become overcapacitated, so to speak. And this site is to alleviate that capacity and also provide some better in-building coverage for that area, so we make sure we're getting our signal into the businesses along that corridor. As we always do, we first looked for existing structures that we could hang our antennas on. AT&T did. We looked within a 2-mile radius at the existing towers to see if they would work from an engineering perspective. None of them would work. That is something that we would rather do. It's much cheaper and quicker for us to be able to just hang our antennas on an existing structure. Because we didn't have an existing structure that would meet our engineering requirements, our only alternative was to come before you and ask for the new tower. Now, there's a field located on the same piece of property behind the shopping plaza. We're going right in that field. It's surrounded by heavy woods on two sides, by the shopping center on the front, and to the east is a mini storage. So we think we have provided a good spot to make sure we're shielding all the equipment on the ground. If anything, from a distance, somebody may see the top 40 or 50 feet of the pole sticking up, but that's it. This tower will not be lit because it's under 200 feet. The FAA does not require it be lit, so it will not be lit at night. We think we have some good screening. You have provisions in your ordinance regarding conditional use. We think we've met those, being in harmony with the adjacent properties. Again, you have the shopping center and you have the mini storage. The hours of operation, this is going to be an unmanned facility. The buffering, we're going to have landscaping around the fencing that will be there as well. We're not going to be needing any parking. And detrimental to nearby properties, again, it will produce no noise and no light. So we think we're going to hopefully make sure this works within the ordinance, and we think we've met all the requirements. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to try and answer them. Now, we have asked for a 140-foot pole. We would really like 150 foot, but 150 feet does not meet the setbacks. The 140 foot meets the setbacks. We have talked this over with Lance and the staff, and I think they agree with us that 150 foot would be better. Number one, it gives AT&T better coverage from the same location. And number two, it allows more carriers to get on this same tower. If we go 150 feet, we can take it from a 3-carrier tower to a 5-carrier tower. That would require a variance. So I would like to ask you to consider the variance, letting us go 150 instead of 140. But we've applied for 140, knowing at 140 we meet all the requirements.
Now, the setback rule, as I understand it, requires you to be 100% of the height of the tower plus an additional 30 feet
30 feet.
away from any building. Is that
That's
correct?
right. And we, at 150, we encroach over onto the mini storage a little bit.
Okay. On the building itself, or the parking lot, or?
Or the property line. it
Yeah,
looked like.
the property line, and then I think it does extend right off the top of the building.
Yeah.
Like 5, 10 feet,
Yeah.
not much.
And I suppose the point of the setback is, in case the worst-case scenario, if the tower would fall, it would,
That's
we'd
right.
want it to be 30 feet away from the building.
That's right. Now, we can provide you with an engineering letter that we do sometimes that will describe how the tower is designed to fail in the unlikely event that it would. The towers don't just fall over like trees. There's built-in stress points in the tower. So the tower, if, something, God forbid, were to happen, it would fold over, and then that hanging part would drop down within the compound preferably. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but during Hurricane Sandy in the Northeast, there was a picture I saw on the news of a huge crane in New York City that was dangling. It was all over the news. I don't know if you saw it. That's kind of the same technology. It bends over and then releases and collapses down. The base of the pole does not fall over.
Okay.
It's the stress point. So even with the setback, and even if, God forbid, something were to happen, this tower would not fall on the mini storage.
Okay.
I'm seeing the staff recommendation is on a 158-foot overall height. For that to reach the setback limitations, it would basically have to collapse from the base.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And the 8-foot difference is due to the lightning rod that's 8 feet tall on the
Okay.
top. It's just a little pole that sticks up out of the top of the tower to attract the lightning because it's grounded on the ground. So we don't want it to
Okay.
strike anything else. We want it to hit the pole.
Any questions, commissioners? Okay. This does require a public hearing, so we'll open up a public hearing at this time. Do we have any cards? Okay. Well, then, at this point, we can close the public hearing. Mr. Burgess?
Recommend a 158.
Okay, it's been moved that we approve the tower at the height of 158 feet.
I second.
A second by Mr. Chafisi.
And that automatically gives the variance that we need on when you make that recommendation, Mr. Burgess?
That, the variance
Yes,
would be
sir.
inherent
Correct.
in that motion, is that
That's
correct?
correct, yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
Okay, so we're voting then to to approve the 158-foot tower. Any objections? Okay, that motion carries.
Thank you very much.
All right. Where's my agenda? Item 7, staff report. No staff report?
No, sir.
Okay.
No staff report.
Okay, that concludes the agenda. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Second, on objection. Meeting adjourned.